Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to the next episode in microcontroller lectures, and we will talk about the ADC module, which is part of the features of the PIC 60F877. So this ADC module is 10-bit resolution, and I will give you explanation about the concept before we are going to show you about the example and slide coding for the next lectures or next episode. So what is the ADC? ADC stands for analog to digital converter, electronic device that functions to convert analog signals or continuous signals into discrete signals, or we can call it digital signals. So analog signals is in continuous format and also in analog signals, but digital signals in discrete signals and also in the digital form. And the right of this slide you can see about the MCP 3008. This is 8-channel 10-bit ADC, but using the SPI interface, not using analog interface. So this is very different because we will talk about the ADC itself, analog input itself, and we will talk about the I2C and also the SPI, which is the serial communication, and maybe in the last episode of our lectures. So please note that the ADC or analog to digital conversion device can be in the form of a module, separate module, or electronic circuit, or IC chip, just like this example MCP 3008. But we will talk about the ADC, which is included in the PIC 60F877. So the ADC serves to bridge the analog signals processing by a digital system. That's the interface between outside and inside of the microcontroller. So we can read maybe the sensor temperature, which is LM35, which is analog IC device, and then we can read the output of the LM35. I will give you explanation about LM35 in the last slide, but from now that LM35 is a temperature sensor, the output of the IC or the output of this device is analog. So we should read this device using the ADC. So if you buy a microcontroller without the ADC capability, so you cannot use this kind of device. But fortunately that the microcontroller we use have a ADC with 10-bit resolutions. So this is the basic concept animation. This is the light dependent resistors, and this is the light sensors, and we continue to change the light, the power of the light, and the LDR is read this kind of light using the ADC. So the output from the ADC is already in binary format, or maybe in the hexadecimal format. That's the concept of ADC using the animation. Just please take a look at this animation a moment. So next we talk about the ADC sampling rate, which is state that how often an analog signal is converted to a digital signal at a certain time interval. Just take a look at this. This is the illustration of low sampling rate, and this is the high sampling rate. Just as you can see that the signal produced by this low sampling rate is the high sampling rate is more accurate than the low sampling rate. So we need to have a high sampling rate. But if you use the high sampling rate, just remember that you need more storage to save this kind of signals. More storage, more data. Just take a look at this. This is less data, this is more data. So sampling rates are usually expressed in terms of SPS, or samples per second. So the next one is ADC resolution, that I mentioned before, because the ADC resolution is to determines ADC conversion result accuracy. Okay, that's different between the sampling rate and resolution, but you need to know about these two of concept of the ADC. The first one is sampling rate and the second one is resolution. Just an example, just take a look at this. For example, we have a 8-bit ADC, so we will have an output of also 8 bits of digital data. So the input signal can be expressed in 255 or 2 multiplied by n minus 1 discrete values, because 2 power of 8 is 256 minus 1 is 255. So we have 255 discrete values, all the digital data. But if you use the 12-bit or more than 8-bit, so the ADC also has 12 bits of digital data output. That is, the input signals can be expressed more than 8-bit in 4096 discrete values. So if you compare this this bit ADC resolution bit, so the 12-bit will provide much better accuracy than the 8 bits. But in our microcontroller, the PIC 60F877 have only 10 bits. Okay, so if only 10 bits, you can only have 1024 discrete values. Okay, from 0 to 1023 discrete value, because 10-bit resolution. That's the ADC resolution. Okay, sampling rate, and the second is resolution. That's important features of the ADC. So you need to pick your resolution and also the sampling rate, because if you want to accurate, you have to use the high sampling rate, and also you have to have more bit data. More bit ADC resolution. Okay, because ADC resolution determine ADC conversion result accuracy. Okay, next, the ADC working principles. The working principles of the ADC is to convert an analog signals into a quantity, which is the ratio of the input signals to the reference voltage ratio. Okay, the ratio of input signals to the reference voltage ratio. So because this principle in our circuit, according to the ADC features, you need to give a reference voltage, yeah, in your microcontroller. So the microcontroller can convert, because the analog signals is into a quantity which is the ratio of the input signals to the reference voltage. For example, the reference voltage is maybe 5 volt or 3 or 3.3 volts, something like that. For example, if the reference voltage is 5 volts, the input voltage is 3 volts, then the input to the reference 3 divided by 5 is 16%. So if you use 8-bit ADC with maximum scale of 255, you will get a digital signal of 60% multiplied by, or 60% of the 255 is equal 153 decimal form, or 1001 binary form, or 0x99 hexadecimal. So this number or this value will be saved in the microcontroller, because you have input voltage of 3 volts and the reference voltage is 5 volts. So this equation we use, signal is sample divided by maximum value and multiply by the reference voltage. So the sample is 153. We need to convert it back. 153 sample. The maximum value is 255. So the ratio here is multiplied by the reference voltage, which is 5 volts, and then we have 3 volts, like we mentioned in the input voltage of 3 volts. Okay, so this is a simple working principle. So we have 3, the ADC type. The first one is simultaneous, the second one is counterlamp, and the third one which is the type of our IDC in the microcontroller is SAR, or successive approximation ADC. So what is the simultaneous ADC? The simultaneous ADC, also called flash converter or parallel converter, the simultaneous ADC is a flash converter or parallel converter. Just take a look at this picture here in the slide. The analog input VI here to be converted to the digital form is simultaneously fed on the plus side on the comparator and the input on the minus, depending on the bit size of the converter, something like this. So we need to input the voltage or analog input in the VI input, and then this analog voltage will be compared to the how many 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 comparators. When VI exceeds the input voltage of comparator, the comparator output is high, and the otherwise it will give a low output. So this kind of simultaneous ADC is parallel, simultaneously compared to this, and the output is maybe 1 and 0. So this is the output of the ADC, simultaneous ADC. If the ref is set, if the ref is set to be 5 volts, then from the previous image or slide, what we have here for C7 to C1, C7 here and to C1 is Vref multiplied by 13 divided by 14 is 4.64, C6 is 3.93, C5 is 3.21, C4 is 2.5, C3 is 1.78, C2 is 1.07, and the last one, C1, is 0.36. Okay, for example, we have we want to give conversion about the 3 volt analog signals. So the output from C7 3 is less than 4.64, then the C7 is 0. Also 6 is 0, 6.5 is 0, but C4, because 3 is more than 2.5, C4 is 1, C3 is 1, C2, C1 is 1. So the binary, the RTC output is 1, 0, 0 binary, not 100, but this is in binary format, 1, 0, 0 binary. So this is the table, yeah, according to the how to convert to how many is 3. Okay, so this is 0, 0, okay, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0 is here, right here, and then 1, 0, 1, and 1, 1, 0, and also all 1. So this is the first type of the ADC, which is simultaneous ADC. The second one is counterlamp. The comparator right here compares the analog input voltage to the DAC output voltage. If the input voltage to the converted is not the same as the output voltage from the DAC, So what we have here is okay, this is DAC, is reversed from the ADC, digital to analog converter. The comparator is 1, so that the clock can increase the counter count. So this kind of counter ramp maybe is more slow from the previous type of continuously ADC. For example, we will convert analog voltage of 2 volts and assuming the counter is reset so that the output on the DAC is 0. From here is 0. So 0 is compared to 2 volts. Okay. When the conversion starts, the counter will increase from 0 to 1 because it gets incoming pulse from the clock oscillator, where at that time the comparator output is 1. Because getting binary combination from the counter 1, the DAC voltage increase and is compared again with the input voltage. Okay, this one is before it is 0 and 1, 0 and comparator. This kind of clock oscillators right here. So we have to compare this kind of input voltage. So if is converted not the same as the output, the comparator output 1 is the clock. Okay, the AC output voltage increase as compared again with the output voltage, and so the counter value increase and the DAC output voltage also increases until the DAC input voltage and output voltage are the same, which result in the comparator output 0 and clock is deactivated because we are using this kind of AND gate. So the current counter value is conversion result of the input analog, and the disadvantage that is just as I mentioned before, take a long time because you have to trace from 0 to reach the same voltage, so it takes time. So the last one is successive approximation register. Is used to our microcontroller. Okay, just a minute. So use a configuration that is almost the same as counter ramp, but in tracing by means of tracking by issuing a bit combination MSB equal to 1. So the first time is in 8 bits ADC is from 1 0 0 0 0 0. If it's not the same or less the input analog voltage, the next MSB bit is 1 1 1 0 0 0 0 and so on. If the analog input voltage is less than the voltage generated by the DAC, the next step is to lower the bit combination. So beside of the 1 1 0 0 0 0 0 0, the combination is will be 1 0 1 0 0 0 0 0. Okay. Sorry. For example, given an analog input voltage of 6.84 volts and a reference voltage of 10 volts ADC, so that the output voltage is as follows. Okay, FD7 is 1 V out is 5 volt, 2.5, 1.25, 1.625 and so on. So after the start signal is given, the conversion start by giving a combination of 1 0 0 0 0 0 0, which turns out to produce a voltage of 5 volts, which is less than the input voltage of 6.84 volts. The combination changes to 1 1 0 0 0 0, so that the V out is 7.5, and turns out that to be greater than 6.84, so the combination is cancelled here and become 1 0 1 0 0 0. The voltage is 6.24. The combination goes up again 1 0 1 1 and so on until it reaches a voltage of 6.8359 volts and only requires 8 clocks. Okay, so this is the features of our RTC and the PIC60F877, which has embedded 10-bit RTC successive approximation or SAR and consists of 8 input or 8 channels. The AD module has a software selectable high and low voltage reference input for any combination of VDD, VSS, RE2 or RE3. With 5 volt as VREF, the resolution of the ADC PIC 60F877A can be specified as follows. This ADC resolution VREF divided by 2 power by 10 minus 1. So 5 divided by 1 for 10 bit, we have 4.887 millivolt. For the increasing, one point increasing is 4.887 millivolt. So this is the ADC converter 877. Just as you can see, this is a multiplex channels. Only one can be read or can be processed at the same time. You can process more than one. And this is the acquisition time. Just take a look at this. Take a look at the equation. Okay, so this is the ADC pin function. We have 8 channels, okay, from RA0, RA1, RA2, RA3, RA5, but the last 3 channels is going to the RE0, RE1, and RE2. So the reference is going to the pin of RA2 and RA3. And this is the register ADC register ADCON 0 used to turn on the ADC, ADCON 1, ADCON 1 used to configure the GPIO pins and this, store the data which read from the ADC is address H and address L. Okay, so this is the ADCON register. You can see this register from the datasheet. Okay, it doesn't matter. So if you want to select here, so you need to know the register, but fortunately we have a C function, so we don't need to just to know, okay, just to know, but we don't need to specific using this register. And this is for the ADCON 1. Okay, this is the ADC conversion step. If you want to use the assembly language or something like that, you have to use the maybe seven steps. One is to configure the ADC module, and then configure the ADC interrupt if you want it, if you decide it, and then wait the required acquisition time, start conversion from the go and down bit in ADCON 0, wait for AD conversion to complete by either polling the GU done, and read the AD result and going to the address H and address L. For the next conversion, go to step 1 or step 2 as required, and the AD conversion time per bit is defined as TAD. Minimum wait is 2 TAD is required before the next acquisition starts. So just take a look at this. Please note this. So this is the example. I give you the example by example, not live coding, because in the next lectures we will have live coding using the PicSimLab. So this is how to read the here ADC0, RA2 and RA3, and going to let in port D and port B. So this is trace A is FF because all the input is all the port is input. Trace B is 0 because we used to send the reading of the ADC to the LEDs. Also the trace D is also 0. Okay, ADCON 1.F4 is equal 1. This is voltage reference is brought to the RA3 pins. RA3 pin is right here. Okay, so this is the voltage reference and it's voltage to measure. Okay, so we need to read the ADC. You have to know RA2 but RA0. Okay, this voltage is measured to RA0, not RA2. This wrong connection. Okay, the temperature is ADC read. So this is a very simple how to use the ADC in our program. So what we have here is going to send the reading of the ADC using port G, and we have to save the 2 bit because 10 bit in the port B. So this is the result, and we can use this potentiometer to simulate the analog device. Okay, this is a more application because we need to read the LM35 sensors. Okay, so what we have here is a Proteus schematics, and this is the LM35 simulator, and this is the LCD. We can use the library of LCD to display the measure LM35 sensor temperature reading. So this is NPIC SimLab. The LM35 is going to, okay, yes, here is RA0. Okay, RA0. Okay, LM35 is a 3-pin temperature sensor. What we have here is VCC, analog out, and ground, which has a resolution of 10 millivolt per Celsius, starting from 0. Thus, if read 10 millivolt is according to the 1 Celsius, 20 millivolt is according to 2 degrees Celsius, and 370 millivolt is according to 37 Celsius, and so on. So the ADC uses a step size of 4.883 millivolt because we have a 10 millibit. So digital reading is has to multiply by 0.004883. Now the LM35 sensitivity is 10 millivolts. Yeah, 10 millivolt per degree Celsius. So V in is divided by 0.01. So this is the program which is read the LM35 setup ADC port, set ADC channel 1. Okay, sorry, the first ADC channel LCD in the output low LCD. This is one for the LCD display. So the digital reading is read ADC. I mean, as the first ADC delay, give some time to finish the reading, ADC reading. So the temperature is equal to digital reading multiplied by this constant 0.4883, and then we can print the temperature reading to the LCD. Okay, so because this application using the relay, so if the temperature is more than the threshold, the output is high, more than high. But if less, then the output is low. That's it. Okay, so this is the concept of ADC. I hope you can understand about the ADC concept in our PIC 60F877. Okay, if you want, if you have any questions, you can type it in the comment below, or if you want to discuss with me, you can also type your comment in the or question. Maybe type your question in below comment here, so we can talk to each other and we can discuss about the ADC. Okay, so we will see you in the next lectures about the ADC application and also the live coding about the ADC application. Okay, thank you very much for your participation, and I'm sorry because in the middle of our record there is an earthquake, but I can feel very well, but my daughter has feel the earthquake. Okay, thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next lectures. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.